See, outside is snowing like crazy. Well, it was. It snowed yesterday. I'm about to do a range test today. Just want to show you guys the tires that I have on. 19 inches aftermarket. For the rim, sorry. We're gonna go on a range test. My car has been kind of charging. Ooh. So it's showing it's charging because you guys can see the green thing there. I've been preconditioning for about 20 minutes. I was at 99% when I woke up today, and now I'm sitting at 98%. You guys see that? It's definitely not 32 degrees. It's like single digits right now. That's a lie. But I'm going to change it, the display here. This is where you go if you don't know. If you have a Model S or Model X, on this, you go to display, and then you look for, where's it at again? Percentage, where it says energy display. Hit distance to show your distance. So it's estimating 367. 367, that's what it's estimating for me for today. But I don't think I'll be able to get that. Let me show you guys how cold it is right now outside. It's pretty cold. Pull up the, as you guys can see, like right now it's 0 degrees. It will be as low as -9 for today. Oh, come on, focus. But anyways, it'll be as low as -9. It'll be between 3 and 9 for today. So it's gonna be very cold. So that's why I want to do a range test to see what you will normally get when it's this cold. So it'll be a range test day today. Let's get it. All right, I just want to do a quick test on how Beta does in these slippery conditions. As you guys can see, it's all like snowy and icy. Well, not too much ice, just hard snow on the ground. Let's see how Beta does. I'm just gonna turn it on here. Okay. All right. So I do gotta like lower the speed up. Let's see if it will adjust based on the conditions. It's not going that fast. The max on the speed limit is 32, but it's trying to, all right, it's trying to get to that speed limit. I'm trying to lower it. Let's lower it to 25 miles an hour. So it's not really good at adjusting speed based on weather conditions. I'm still doing the range test right now, but I just want to give you guys a idea as well. Slow down, slow down, slow down. We got to make a left turn here, which we should not go. We have cars coming to the left. We got to wait. Creeping forward for visibility. We have a lot of cars coming to our left here. After this car, we can go, but I don't think we should. Nope, we should not go. We should not go. We should not go. We should not go. I'll turn it back on again. See what it does here. Because there are cars coming to the right. This is unprotected left turn. What you doing, Beta? What you doing, Beta? I couldn't risk it. It's because there's a car coming. This is a good way of driving, but there were 2 cars coming to the right here. I didn't know if it would stop and keep on the left lane, which is what I would have done if the roads are good. But when the roads are bad, even with me, when the roads are bad, I'm a little bit more cautious. I just wait till the cars go by, even if they're on the other side of the lane, and then move forward. Let's turn Beta back on here. And for this range test, you know, I want to be comfortable, right? It's 0 degrees right now. The car's showing 4 degrees, but on my phone it's showing 0 degrees. So I have it at 70. I have to climb it at 70 on auto. And also have my heated seat on the lowest setting, and my steering wheel heat on also on the lowest setting. What are you doing? What you doing? What? Man, still making the same mistakes. Hasn't changed, huh, Beta? You have not changed. So yeah, the lines are hard to see because of the snow on the ground. You can't really see the lanes, the white lines on the road. So Beta can't really see those lines. They should definitely work on these type of weather conditions for Beta. I think that's one of their last problems they have to solve. It's not really priority number 1 for them right now. But we'll see how things play out in the future. we're just going right back to Target because I couldn't get my drink because I had accepted an order to work, and I went and did that. But we're going back to Starbucks to get our coffee because we'll be out hopefully all night, all day, all night, trying to get this range done. It will take me a couple of hours to get it all done because I will work for a couple of hours and then I'll go home and then come back out and work. So just, I think, normal behavior of people, right, when they drive. I'll go home, chill home for a bit, maybe get some food later on tonight, and before I leave, I'll probably precondition my battery or my my cabin for 10 minutes or so to heat things up because it's freezing. I'm not going right. Why is it going so slow? Come on, keep up with the cars in front of us. It doesn't know where the lanes are. When it snows, you follow the tracks on the road where people drive normally on snowy days or when you can't really see the lines. You follow the tracks where people have created through driving. Right there, Beta was in the center of the line, but I wasn't really confident in it. Let's see here. Let's turn it back on. Let's see what it does again. We have to make a right up here. Yeah, this would be a fun test for me because I would try to get it as low as possible when it comes to the range for today. I haven't really tried doing that yet. I've been on road trip, but I've never really gotten all the way down to like close to 0 from 100%. So I think this right here will be a great give people a great idea of what range really is at these low temperatures for your electric car or for your Tesla. And I have a Model S long range, by the way. So this is the longest range model that they're offering right now, which brand new was rated at 400 and something. I forgot the exact number. It's like 406, something like that, or 410. Brand new. But at fully charged, I think I'm seeing, like, I was at 98%, I was seeing 367. I think at fully charged, I'm like around 377, something like that. So I will have to get it as low as possible today to make up for that 2% difference. But I'm estimating I'll probably get in these type of weather conditions, I'll probably see under 200. Like I'll probably see like 180 if I'm being generous. I think I'll see like 180, 100. So it's been about 2.5 hours. Right now I'm using FSD Beta. Like I said earlier, the roads are not that great, so my hand is right on the wheel, feet right on the brakes. Let's slow down because I want to go the speed limit when I'm not the one driving, when the weather's this bad, because the car needs to know when to slow down when there's a lot of snow on the ground. Yeah, so it's been about 2.5 hours driven, a few miles. Let's check here. Driven 39 miles. My watt per mile is not doing so good. 453 watt per mile. Still on chill mode right now. I'm at 74%, just under 75. So watt per mile not doing so good. Still got a long way to go. 39 miles. Got a long way to go, and I'm still on chill mode, right? I drive on chill mode. Man, I gotta check my energy graph and see what's causing it, but I know for a fact it's just the weather. Right now the car saying is 1, but it's definitely under 1. With the wind chill, it's definitely under 1 degrees in the negative right now. Earlier today, or about half an hour ago, the battery was just, I don't know if it's the fan. It was just so loud. I could kind of feel the vibration in the car. I could hear just going on really loud. I guess it was just trying to keep itself warm. So it used up a lot of battery to keep preconditioning a lot of energy to keep preconditioning the battery. So we're gonna see. We still got a long way to go. Hopefully I can get all the way down to single digits, 5%, 6%, because I would rather just get low. If I'm not close to home, I'll probably just charge at a supercharger and then go home and just charge to wherever I want to charge a car to. On days like these, when it's normally really cold, I always charge to 90%. And like on the summer days or when it's around 30 degrees, 40 degrees, no, don't switch lanes. We don't need to switch. Oh, okay. Let's see what you're doing, Beta. Trying to switch lane, change lane to follow route, use turns. Okay. Let's go on a faster lane. Okay. It's doing good so far. My hand is on the wheel, but you can't even see the lines, honestly. But it's driving really well. It's driving really good. It's keeping on this in the center of the lane. It's not encroaching other cars on the side. It's not like snaking, like, trying to like find this the right lines. It's not really snaking, which is what I'm fearful of when why are you switching back? I don't know why it's doing. It should just stayed here. Whatever. As the speed limit that I have it set to, I have it set to 45 miles an hour. The speed limit is 45. I just don't want it to go too fast. So we're just going to speed limit right now. Well, it's a straight shot. Let's speed up a little bit. Let's go up to 47. Let's keep up with the cars in front of us. Yep. Hands on the wheels. Hands on the wheels, man. Normally I have like one hand on the wheel, but today, because of like the weather, but it's doing better than I expected. It was worse than this before, because like I said, you just can't really see the lines clearly, but it's staying on the right path. It's mapping everything properly right here on the animation. So it's doing really good. I'm proud of Beta. Right now the speed limit has gone up to 50 miles an hour, so we're doing 54 because I have an offset in percentage, and we're keeping perfect with the flow of traffic. Doing really well so far. But yeah, when it's this cold, I just want you guys to get a realistic view of what the range is on electric cars, Teslas, because it's been a lot of conversation about range the last couple of weeks. Tesla recently just reduced the range on different models. I think the only one that had a range increase was like the model. It was a 21-inch Model S, I believe. Come on, baby, you gotta go. You gotta go. It's not. I gotta give it a little bit of juice right there. It was just kind of creeping up too slow. But it's doing good. It's driving very well. Like, I'm really proud of it right now. But yeah, they have reduced a lot of the range on the cars because of the new EPA guidelines that they brought out for this year. I think the only model that did not change was it the rear wheel Model 3, I believe. It just stayed the same, and then the long range Model S with the 21-inch rims range went up, but everything else went down in range. So this car, when it came out brand new, was over 400 miles of range. All right, we're going around this curve. Let's see. Man, it's doing so good, guys. Like, still have my hands on the wheels, feet close to the pedals, just in case. But it's driving really, really good. This car in front of us slowing down because of the curve of the road. Normally, if it was me driving, I would have switched lanes to get on the faster lane. But we're going to be turning right in about a mile. So I'm fine with it just staying here. I'm fine with it staying here for sure. But I'm driving normal for the day, just to, like, I'm not really gassing it. I'm not, every time I get to the lap, I'm not stepping on the pedal. And I'm driving on chill mode, so that's the most efficient acceleration for my model. And when I saw the energy graph, it says I had aggressive acceleration or something like that. It's part of why the battery, I'm using more battery than normal, I guess. But the biggest factor is the weather. That's like the 90% of the factor is the weather. The weather's affecting the range and everything else. Of course, climate, your in cabin, using the even though this car has a heat pump, I don't know how effective it is at these temperatures. It could make a difference, but of course, using the climate. And when you're driving, when it's this cold, you want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to freeze in my car, right? So I have the heat running between 70 to 72. Why is this car going so slow? Come on, brother. Speed limit is 50, but this car in front of me is like going 30 something miles an hour. We have to make a right here. Let's see, it's mapping it out. Good job. Good job. Like I said, you can't even see the lines properly. It's all white on the ground. Look at you, Beta. Look at you. It's yellow. You gonna go? It went. Let's see. It's gonna turn here. Turning. It's kind of. All right. It's sliding. It's sliding. It's sliding. Yeah, that's right there. That's why you gotta know how to drive in the snow. Right there, it got. All right, let's turn it back on. But there is no cars in front of me, and I'm confident in my ability of driving any type of weather. So, based on the speed that it was going, I have winter tires as well on my car. I have a set of P0 whatever winter tires that they have. All right, so right here when it switched lanes, right here where it has to be really cautious. When it's switching lanes in these type of weathers, you can't go too fast. Let's slow down a bit. Let's slow down to the speed limit. Let's do the speed limit. Hands on the wheels again, just in case. You know, that's the safest way to do it. But so far it's doing good. It just doesn't know how to slow down when it's making left and right turns, because you really have to slow down a lot compared to how you would normally take a turn, because the tire would just slide. I don't know if it's just because I have these tires are like brand new sets of tires. I probably have like 7,000 miles on them. But so we have to slow down here. I'm gonna make a left turn at this light. Good job. Slow down, slow down. So if the roads are icy, I would never use beta. When the roads are icy, it's just right now it's just snow. It's not even slushy snow. It's just snow. All right, we gotta go. We gotta go. I have to give it gas there, or acceleration, because there's a car behind me. All right, okay. Let's see if it's gonna stay in this lane. Come on, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. It's doing good. It's doing great. It's not snaking at all, which I'm shocked. Let's slow down, brother. Let's slow down. Let's go speed. Let's go to speed limit. Let's go actually under the speed limit. Let's go like 37. The speed limit is 40, but let's go under the speed limit. When the roads are like this, you can't really go to speed limit. You have to gauge it based on road conditions, and that's something they got to work on. Okay, we're slowing down here a lot. Why? Okay. I mean, all right. It's taking a curve, so it's slowing down. That's good. Slowing down. Went down to 32. I had it set at 37. The speed limit is 40. So we have to take a turn here, which I might take over. Yeah. It would have. Nah. If that car wasn't behind me, I would have let it do it. But I have to take this turn here. All right. Right. I gotta stop the recording here. Try to find these folks. All right, y'all. I had to give you guys a quick update. I am freezing in my car. It's -4 right now. And I just want to point out a disappointment that I have in my Tesla specifically. I don't know if it's a comment in the Model 3 or the Model Y, however it's made, but my feet, my left leg, my toes are like I could barely feel my toes on my left leg. My right leg, everything is fine. And I just noticed I went down there and reached. You guys should test this out as well. But the air vent, or the hole where the heat comes out of, is strictly on the right side, strictly on your right leg. There's no other hole on the left side of your leg, right? So everything is just, all the air is coming out of that right side. So reach down under the pedals and look where the holes is coming out, where the hole is at on your car, on your Tesla. But so that's causing my left toe to, like, I can't feel my I can't feel my left feet, because I'm constantly going in and out of my car, because I'm going out and grabbing food and stuff like that, going into stores and dropping the food off to people's homes. But I can't feel my left feet, my left toes. So I have to like move my feet closer to my left side of the pedal, or the gas pedal, so I can like warm it up a little bit faster. Like my legs are feet are freezing. Why did they design it like that? They should have two holes on both sides, so you can keep both legs warm, right? I want you guys to test that out. So I had to like put the temperature up to like 75 to at least help, give me more heat in my car. My feet are freezing. So right now I'm at 67% battery. All right, guys. So I'm getting close to 50%. I'm at 56 right now. Overall, our watt per mile. All right, buddy. What is that? Somebody getting towed. Somebody got into an accident.
The girl them skill up.
Wow, this time it didn't go over there. When I used to use Beta, you used to always take that right, like it exits and then merge right back into the highway. I just noticed it didn't do it this time. But yeah, we're using Beta right now on the highway. The roads are clear. They're pretty good out here clearing the roads. We're clearing the highways in the Midwest. But we've driven, it's about to be what time, 4:40, so it's 4 hours now we've driven, and we're getting close to 50%. So maybe another 3-4 hours, hopefully under 5 hours we'll be closer to 0, you know, under 5%, single digits, and we'll get a good number of how many miles we'll be able to drive, and you know, close to 100% of charge. We're at 68 miles right now that we've driven. Watt per mile 467. Man, that is no bueno. Right now we're going 70 miles an hour on the highway. Majority of my driving so far for the day has been, you know, mainly freeway and city driving, you know, where there's a lot of lights and stuff like that. So this is the first time I've hit the highway all day today. Beside that, the rest of it has been strictly freeway and you know, suburban city driving. We should be on the right lane, right? Let's see. What are we doing, Beta? Does this take us to St. Paul? It does, man. Beta, what we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Where the lanes at? We're going. All right. Good. All right, let's slow down right here. Let's slow down. Let's go down to 65. So we're coming around a curvature. Yeah. Let's be a little bit more cautious. We don't know if there's any slips on any side of the road here. So we gotta be a little bit more cautious when we're going around curves. And now we can speed it back up. It's a straight shot. Let's see what y'all got. What is this? That's a no for me. Not doing that. But yeah, right now we had -3 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's pretty cold. It can get colder than this normally sometimes in January. Well, normally in the Midwest in January, it gets all the way down to -20. With wind chill, we can see -30. So it can get a lot colder than what it's at right now. That's why with the Cybertruck, that's the car that I really want. I really want the Cybertruck, the steer-by-wire that I've been preaching about for a long time now. I've been talking about the steer-by-wire when I had the yoke on this car. When I said the yoke would have been perfect if it had steer-by-wire. I've been talking about that before they even introduced steer-by-wire on that Cybertruck. And now they have it. That's the most innovative thing that the Cybertruck to me offers. Not even the stainless steel, the steer-by-wire. I can't wait till they start bringing it down to the Model S, Model X, hopefully. I believe they might have it on the cheaper Tesla that they're working on right now, the 25K, which I doubt it'll be 25K, the 25K Tesla. But you can get a Model 3 right now, 2018, 2019, for under 25K, like used Model 3s. Hertz right now has a sale going on where they're just unloading a bunch of Teslas, like 100,000 of them. And they have some good deals, and you can find one under $25,000, and you can get that federal tax credit for the used electric car. You can probably get it for like under 20K easily, and depending on what state you live in as well, if they also offer some incentives, you can get it for very cheap. So right now it's a good time to get a used Model 3 if you're not really excited to get the new Highland or Model 3 Plus that that's the name of it. So there's some good deals out right now. But regardless, the Cybertruck, the range that it offers, I saw the range test that Out of Spec Reviews put out. I've been watching a lot of Cybertruck videos, and the car, to me, I like the way it looks. A lot of people don't like the way it looks, but I love the way it looks. I like the stainless steel, you know, I like the design aspect of it. I still do think that the Rivian is a better car right now based on the price. The only thing is, I just wish that steer-by-wire, man, is such a Oh man, I love that. I love that technology. I love that technology. I just can't wait till they implement it on the Model S. Because if they put add on the Model S, hopefully they bring back stocks, the car will be perfect to me. Except for the little rattles here and there. Hopefully they keep working on their build quality. And in the HVAC system right now, that I'm a little disappointed with the feet. Like I have it at 73, but I'm kind of cold on my lower extremities. I'm a little cold. I feel like a cold air. It might be the design that they have, this sleek design that they have with the HVAC system, but they need to really work on that, especially in cold climates. It's freezing where I live. Half the year is pretty much like cold. Like, you know, at least 1/3 of the year we can see single digits. Most of the time, January and February we typically see single digits. This year, luckily, we have El Nino, so it's not as cold. But normally January and February is the coldest days, and we can go all the way down to all the way in spring season, and it could still be cold, could still get snow. All right, trying to switch lane here. We're about to exit soon. So it's so cold. I'm like headed home. My feet are still cold, especially my left leg. I'm headed home to go get my my boots, my winter boots that are insulated to keep my feet a little bit warmer. Right? Normally when I'm in my car, I have my HVAC on. I just wear normal sneakers because you don't want to start sweating. When you're sweating when it's cold outside, it's not good. That sweat dries up and your feet gets even colder. So I'm in my car, so I don't need to wear that type of boots. But I literally have to go home to wear those. Wear those boots. But yeah, we're at 52% right now. I'll update you guys when we get down to close to 30%. And it's about to be 9 o'clock, so I'll be out here working hopefully till 2 o'clock and get as low as possible. See how much we can go in mileage.
That'll be it.
It's very cold, very cold.
Right? I didn't realize I wear shorts on accident.
Man, I
Make
thought
sure to pack in some pants.
I thought you were just good at the weather. I'm like, he's coming out with shorts on? This guy's built different.
Right? Minnesotans.
Minnesotans, man. I've been here 3 years and I've seen some weird things. People just going outside with t-shirt on when it's like single digits outside. Like,
Right?
who are you trying to say you're tough with?
Right?
Like,
I got a warm jacket though.
yeah, that's important. You gotta keep up here warm.
Yeah, it's somewhat at least.
Here's warm, it helps with the extremities, so all the blood doesn't rush to the organs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Who knows if the car could break down? Or, not saying this one would, but it's gotta be safe.
We could run out of battery, you never know.
Right?
I'm at 35% right now battery, so.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. I'm actually doing a range test today on my car.
Oh, cool.
I've never done it yet, and I've owned this car for about a year.
Oh, a range test?
Yeah, a range test. I'm just driving normally. I charge it to 100%, which I normally don't do.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to see realistically how much range I get in the winter time. Yeah, because in the winter time it affects the battery a lot when it's really cold.
Yeah.
So in the summertime when the weather's good, I can get over 300 miles.
Okay.
But days like today, I want to see exactly realistically by me driving around and picking people up, dropping them off, and maybe the highway, some city drive, mixture of everything,
Right.
to get a realistic range of what I'm.
Do you know if it affects it if it's like too hot outside?
Oh, it does. If it's really hot, it affects it. If it's really cold, it affects the battery. Normally like to be around, I think like 68 to like 72. That's like its perfect zone where battery likes to be at, the chemistry.
Okay, for sure.
But you know,
Yeah, no,
when it's hot, it wants to keep itself cool, which they have they've made it so it can cool itself because they have fans. But when it's warm, when it's cold, it also try to keep itself warm.
right.
So in turn, you're using energy to keep yourself warm or cool. So you're losing range because of that.
Yeah, especially if you're like using the heat and stuff.
Exactly. The heat in the car, that affects it a lot. But luckily, cars like this has the heat pump, which makes it a little bit more efficient. But when it's this cold, it still affects it a lot.
Right. Right? Yeah, it's cold out today.
Very cold.
It's usually like at least in the 30s, but or it has been.
It has been, yeah. Normally in January and February, it's around this.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
We got lucky this past few months.
We sure did.
Like no snow barely. And
I know. I mean, Christmas, it was like 50 degrees, right?
yeah, for real.
Yeah.
It did not even feel like Christmas.
I know. It's like Christmas in Florida or something.
Right.
It's the El Nino that they're saying. That's the thing that's going on right now.
Yeah, I keep hearing about that.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like something with the temperatures being pushed to the other side and like.
Yeah, wherever it's warmer, it's cooler. Wherever it's cooler, it's going to be warmer.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's the water and the ocean water in some part. I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist. I don't.
Right?
I don't know, but something like that.
Yeah, and like it's usually never been like this. Like, but I don't mind it.
Yeah. Do you hear the fan on the car? Do you hear that sound?
Yeah, I think so.
That's the car kind of trying to keep itself warm in a way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So sometimes it gets really a little loud. You can probably hear it in the car. It's like like that. It's winding up to try to keep itself warm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm learning new stuff about cars every day.
Yeah, I know.
Is this a Tesla?
It is.
Nice. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
So it's the full self-driving.
Okay.
It's doing.
That's dope. I've always wanted a Tesla.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I still do.
Okay, they're good cars. I think now it's a good time to buy them because if you want to buy used,
Yeah. I was
even
watching this funny video. It's like they had a thing on the wheel and it like was like a weight, so you didn't even have to like touch it. Like drivers were falling asleep in their cars, like get into their destination. Like
yeah, I would never recommend doing that.
yeah, no.
It's definitely dangerous because a car will make mistake if you're not paying attention, right? Like you see right now, my hands on the wheel, my feet are close to the pedal, right? But I'm not doing any driving. Like literally.
How about, like for winter, if it's automatic, do you got to do anything different, like for put it in winter mode or?
Meaning when it's driving itself?
Yeah.
So depending on how bad the roads are, if it's slippery, let's say it's icy,
yeah.
I would never recommend using it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it's icy, I would never recommend using it.
Right. Yeah,
but
that don't seem too bad out right now.
It's not slippery. It's just snow on the ground, right?
Yup.
But regardless, if I think, like, let's say if I'm about to make a turn, a sharp turn, like if the car doesn't need to slow down, I would take over there because I don't want the backside to slide, right? It might take it a little bit too much speed, right?
Right.
Like even right now, I'm driving. You hear that? Boom, boom.
Yup.
That means I took over, right? Because we're in this little curvature. It can do it. If I was by myself, I would let it do it, and I'll just slow down based on I could make it slow down. I could adjust the speed, how fast I want it to go. Because I have you in the car, or if I have anybody else in the car, I'm normally a little bit more cautious.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
That's my favorite feature about Teslas is the autopilot.
Yeah, man. If you go on a road trip, it just saves you so much stress.
Yeah, for real. They're so smart, like how they can keep up with like drivers ahead of you or like behind you. Like they are good with not getting in crashes.
Right. They're a lot more safer than humans. I'll tell you that right now.
So how does it work when you gotta charge it? Do you always gotta go to like a charging station, or do you have like your own charger that you use?
You can go to charging stations, but I think 98% of my charging is done at home.
Oh, cool.
So I mainly charge at home. Today I might charge at the supercharger because I'm trying to go all the way down to like close to 0%. Okay. Because like I said, I'm testing the range on the car to see how much range I can pull out of the car. Today it's not efficient at all because of the weather. Like I'm using a lot of battery on the car. I've driven maybe 100 miles so far, and I'm at 33%. I started today, I think, at 97 or 98%. So let me see here. I can pull up trips. So I've driven 104 miles, and I'm using 470 watt per mile. That's pretty high.
Oh,
that's really high. Normally you want to be close to 300. If you're around 300, you're doing good. Anything under 300, you're doing great. In terms of efficiency, watt per mile. That's how much watt you're using per mile, right? That's like the MPG when you check your mile per gallon. That's like the estimate for electricity, watt per mile.
Okay.
Yeah. The higher the number, the worse it is. So anything above 400 is not good. Anything close to 500 is bad. But because of the weather, because how cold it is, that's the biggest issue for batteries, right? And that's one thing I think a lot of people should learn, because a lot more people will be buying electric cars in the future. But you will go to the dealership or any car manufacturer, they will let you know, oh, your car can go 300 miles or whatever. It can be Tesla, you know, Audi, Honda, Kia, whoever, Mercedes, Chevy, Ford. They will say your car can go 300 miles or 250 miles. But that's not real. That's not the real world range that you'll be getting in different conditions, right? And in colder climates, you will lose 20 to 30%. Like I'm testing it today, right? So, you know, I'm hoping to get close to 200, but I don't see this car making it close to 200. And this car is rated for close to, you know, above like 370 miles. When I charged it today, it was telling me 367 miles. That's what it was estimating based on the battery. Okay. But I'm never going to see that because I'm only at 104 miles and I still have 32% left. But I'm probably going to get maybe close to 150, I'm estimating. So that's like over 50% of range loss right there, right?
That's about more than a gas tank, I feel like or maybe about similar, but that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's the thing with mainly when you charge at home, you save a lot of money, right? And electric cars, they're just so efficient. I think it's like 90-something% efficiency. Okay. You know, for electric cars, and gasoline vehicles are like close to 20-something%, I think. Right. For efficiency, so you don't notice that big gap of inefficiency because they're already so inefficient. They lose so much based on heat as well, right? But electric cars are just so efficient that when it's taking losses, you feel it more or you see it more. Okay. You know, does that make sense to you? For sure, yeah. It's like when it's colder out, it could kind of like dive the miles down. Yes, yes. Yeah. Because even gas cars, the mileage goes down in winter. You just don't notice as much because it's so inefficient already. So it's more of like an estimate then, like with the mileage. Like it's not usually exactly like 300. Like I think that makes sense. Yeah. Well, yes and no. When you buy the car, they will tell you this battery can go. The EPA, right, which is the government agency, they say EPA rated for whatever 300 miles, right? And they've done the testing to show that it can get to 300 miles, but that's in perfect conditions. Right, yeah. You know what I mean? Right. But when people buy these cars, when they see 300, they're thinking their car is going to go 300 miles, depending on, you know, no matter what condition. That's still a lot, though. It's a lot. It's a lot, especially for electric car. It's a lot. But it's just the education aspect of it, right? People should, I think the manufacturer should be more upfront with what you can get in certain conditions. But I blame the EPA more so than even the manufacturer, because they'll find loopholes to be efficient in ways where it's like it's perfect for them, where they can pull out 300 miles. I can drive 20 miles an hour all day and I could probably get like over 400 miles easily. But the faster you go, the less efficient you are as well, because the drag, the air resistance, all those things count. Oh, cool. Yeah. But electrical cars, I've never actually been in one before. Oh, really? It's your first time? Yeah, like it feels smooth. It's like, it feels like very like shaky, right? Yeah, there's no sound, there's no exhaust, right? You don't hear the, you know. Like it just feels like you're driving in a straight line. Exactly. Yeah, they're I think, you know, they're very, like, they're great daily drivers for majority of people. And it must make your job easier too. Oh, for sure. Like even right here is gonna make this turn. Oh, sweet. Damn, without even touching it. I'm not doing anything right here, and it did the turn by itself. Okay. Yeah. So I bought it from that dealership. But the way people buy Teslas typically is through Tesla. They don't have a dealership. They have a service center where you're going to pick up the car, but you just buy it online pretty much. And have you ever gone on a vacation with that? I've driven all the way to Chicago. Oh, damn. Yeah, I've driven all the way to Chicago with it. Nice. Yeah, I've driven all the way to Chicago. That's not bad. So you just got to like stop a few times then? Yeah, I stopped. I charged all the way to 100%, and I stopped, I think twice to Chicago. Oh, sweet. See, right here I took over, right? Because I didn't like what it was trying to do right there. Icy or snowbanks. Yeah, it's like snowy over there. But I stopped twice, and coming back, I didn't charge. I was on, because I slept when I got there. I didn't really sleep well when driving there in the morning. So when I got there, I slept. So I didn't go to supercharge. I was at 40%. So I had to charge like 4 times coming back to Minnesota. Okay. But I feel like they're very safe. So yeah, I mean, the car plans everything out for you. When you put your address where you're going, it plans out where you're supposed to stop, how long you're supposed to be there, how much battery you have when you get there, and it's always accurate because it's calculating based on how you're driving and the conditions that you're in as well, right? So it will be like you get to this charging station at 10%, and it might be off 1 or 2%, but it's typically always at that on the dot of how much battery you have when you get
like
there.
Where there's maybe some snowy areas, that's when you gotta step in a little bit. But
yeah,
that's not bad at all. Like if you're ever in like Florida too, you probably just will cruise away.
Yeah, I mean, if you live in warmer conditions, warmer area, like the car works perfect there. It works great. You live in Cali, you know, places that are the temperature's more temperate.
Yeah, and I don't even think we'll be getting a lot more snow. Like I've seen maybe once or twice, but that El Nino season, it's just been like giving us a lot of slack. Yeah,
it's been great this year for us, man. No, I mean we've had snow maybe 3 times if you count yesterday. Right. So it's been great. Last year was bad. Last year was snowy and icy everywhere.
Like foots of snow throughout last year.
The ice was the biggest issue. It was just icy everywhere because it didn't get too cold. So when it warmed up, the snow melts and then it froze. Oh, it was a big problem last year, man.
Exactly. Call my sister.
All right, y'all. So I just got back in the car. My battery right now, I had to precondition the battery of the car a little bit for about 7 minutes. Let me show you guys. So when I got home, my battery was at 30%. So I was ready to leave, and I'm about to just show you guys. I left the car outside for about an hour. So this is what you see right there. See the snowflake right by the battery? Snowflake where it says 27%. So it ate 30% of my battery at 27% right now. So I lost about 3% in like 10 minutes while the car was preconditioning, right? I didn't drive a mile. I just lost 3% because it's freezing outside. It's negative, let me show you guys here. It is, let me show you guys the temperature right now. It is -7. -7 outside. So the battery was pretty cold. It was outside for about an hour, just sitting. Like I said, this is just a normal real life situation that I think most people would deal with. They park their car outside and they might be wanting to go whatever, to get some food, go to the club or wherever, you know. Today's a Saturday. So yeah, just preconditioning, turn the battery on, or turn the car on, turn the climate on in the car so it can precondition before I left the house. Because like I said, we're going to Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, and I've driven so far for the day. I've driven 110 miles. I started there at 90. I'm at 26% now. I'm at 26%. So the car is still trying to warm up the battery, keep it in the right temperature. But we are at 26%. The battery is still cold. It still has a snowflake on there, so it's still pretty cold. I'm gonna drive around until we get close to, you know, under 5%, get close to 0%. Let's get the real world range in these climates. And where I live can get even colder. It can get even colder. Just turn on beta. It can get even colder where I live. It can get all the way to -30, sometimes -50, depending on, come on baby, go. Depending on the wind chill. The wind chill could be like, it could be like 20 degrees outside, but then it'll feel like, you know, -40, right? So it might be even colder than what it's showing right now. It says -7, like I showed you guys, right? It feels like, look up there on the top right where it says it feels like -28. Guys see that? It feels like -28. So it's actually colder than what it's showing for the temperature. So it is pretty cold outside. And this will show you the real range when it's cold, on colder cities, colder states, colder countries, you know. To show you the real world range, because like I said, I'm a Tesla fan, right? But I like to be honest. We should be honest in the community. We should be honest. We should not just be like, oh, it's the best, this and that. No, we want them to get better, want them to improve. We have to show the real world range of what it really is, right? Even in the summertime, you will never see whatever the car is rating you to see. You know, depending on how you, if you're driving the speed limit, you're driving 65 miles an hour, you can get close to it, right? But how do people drive normally? You're driving 70 when the speed limit is 65. If the speed limit is 70, you're driving 75, right? That's how people drive. You know, you go based on that. So we have to be honest in the community. We have to be honest. So the battery has warmed up. I don't have that snowflake anymore. So the battery has warmed up. And the main reason, ooh, I might have to take over here. Yeah, that car is turning, I'm turning. Just take over. The main reason I upgraded to this Model S, because this is the longest range model that they offer. The rated range at the time was 400 miles. I'm like, oh, that's more than enough, right? But if I'm not even seeing 200 miles when it's really cold, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. And that affects your, where you going, Beta? Stay on your path. That affects the amount of money you spend. Those are the hidden fees of owning an electric car, right? It affects the amount of money that you spend when your wattage per mile is not efficient. That means you're spending more for electricity, right? You were expecting to get 300 miles or 250 miles. All right, we gotta slow down. Go to speed limit. Well, that's not good for that. You were expecting 250 miles or 300 miles, but then you're getting, you know, 170 or low twos, depending on what's going on, depending on how you drive, depending on the climate. That raises the amount that you spend for your bill, for your electricity bill, right? So yeah, we're gonna see at the end when we get close to zero. I'm not gonna drive all the way to zero. I don't have anyone that's gonna tow me to the charger, right? But I'm gonna get as close as possible. And there might be a buffer on Teslas, because I think all Teslas have like a few kilowatt of battery left, but I'm not gonna push it that far. I'm just gonna get close to zero. You know, even a gas car have like a little buffer as well, like 15 miles or something like that. Just saw this in my car. Whole tire pressure. It's so cold, the tires won't even warm up. I had them at 41 earlier today when I had checked, and it's just so cold that the tire pressure won't even warm up. All of the tires are lower than recommended, so I have to go to the gas station and pump all the tires. It is that cold. All right, so I'm over here trying to get some air for my tire. It went up a little bit from 37. The tire warmed up a bit while I was driving, but as you guys can see, we have no cable. Is not here, so I can't even put air in my car. This is where I normally come. Woo. It is freezing out here, y'all. Like, it is, like, it hurts. That's how cold it is. It is so cold. Close the door, keep my heat on. Well, yeah, I gotta get back in the car. I can't, my fingers are burning. Oh, where we at right now in battery? We are at, as you guys can see right there, 16%. On the Model 3 and the Model Y, you can just clearly look right here to see your battery percentage, but on the S you cannot. Yeah, we're still out here. I've driven, let me pull this up real quick for y'all, 123 miles for the day. Used 482 watt per mile. That is pretty high. Yep, 16%. 16%. Probably still got like 20 more miles in us. Don't know. All right, y'all. So we are headed towards. I have bait on right now. Just got to remind you. I don't like the way it was driving right there. Just got to remind you that the roads are not that good in terms of like the lines. Still some snow on the ground, so the yellow and white lines, you can't really see them properly. But it's just gonna go a little slower than the speed limit. Yeah, barely any cars on the road, so headed towards the charging station. I don't have it in, so the car it's not preconditioning. I'm just going towards the store where the charging station is located, and I'll probably work around that area to get as low as possible. This is a roundabout coming. You got to slow down a little sooner, man. A little sooner, Beta. Come on, come on. It was going way too fast right here. Way too fast. It's a roundabout, and the roads are not that great. Come on, y'all gotta know that. But yeah, we headed towards the charging station, and by the time we're at 10% right now, so by the time we get there, we'll probably be at. It's saying we'll be there at 8%. So we're just gonna go and work around that area a bit, try to get as low as possible, and then probably plug in a little bit and charge. I was hoping by the time I get there, I'll probably be like a 1% or 2%, and I would charge then if I'm at 1% or 2%. I'm not gonna risk going down to 0%. You know, it's freezing outside. Like, it's freezing. It's it is freezing, y'all. It feels like -29 is my phone is saying. So it's -8. Feels like -29 right now. So closer. It's feel like Siberia, Russia. Like the Yakutsk people. That's how cold it is out here. But we're gonna use Beta to get all the way out there, and we'll see how much range the car has in these conditions, how much miles we've driven. I'll show you guys. Oh, it's slowing down to 32 miles. Wow. I don't know the speed limit here, but I don't think the speed limit is 32 miles an hour. You know, than how the car normally behaves. Yeah, we're using Beta. I miss it, man. I miss Beta. I'm not gonna lie to you. I miss Beta. We can go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see if my tire has warmed up. Yep, back to 40 psi. Because I was at the drive-through line, so the line was taking forever, and the psi just kept dropping and dropping because the car was just sitting. The tires are cold. So right now we have 40. It's warming up. Gotta slow down. Let's not go too fast. Let's go to speed limit. Let's go to speed limit. All right, guys. So we're not on the road. You're going too fast. It's riding the yellow right there. This is a bridge. Gotta slow down. Slow down a lot. Yeah, we are at 6%. What I'm planning on doing, I wanted to just go check out the supercharger. I wanted to check out the supercharger when I'm really low to see, you know, what I might pull. But I'm not gonna precondition the car or anything like that. But what I might do, because I'm close to where I live, I might just drive around the area and use as much energy as possible, just ride around up and down, and probably get down to like 2% and then drive home. Might get home at 1%, hopefully. But I'm about to come to the store here, and I gotta do some grocery shopping. So what I have to do is I have to use keep on the climate again, which is going to use some energy. It's just how it is when it's -29, when it feels like -29 degrees outside. I have to like use that. So when I get back in my car, it's not cold. So I've been staying around 70 to 75 for the cabin temperature. but mostly around 72, 70, and in terms of like the climate for the cabin, mostly around there. So we're at 6% right now. Let's see what the car is predicting. Let's go to display. 6% for distance. It's predicting 24 miles at 6%, which we're not gonna do 24 miles at 6%. That's not going to happen at all. But yeah, I'm just gonna head to the store real quick. Battery very low. Vehicle consumes battery power while idle. Charge now to ensure vehicle will start and avoid potential battery damage. Recommend charging now. Do you now? Well, I'm not charging now. But I don't think I could use this. I can't use it. Oh, I just realized I can't use it, y'all. Man, I gotta run into the store and come back out as quickly as possible. Let's change the display back to I can even use Sentry mode. Percentage right here. Man, yeah, I can't really work right now. Can't risk it. All right, y'all, so I'm about to show y'all this. There's a supercharger right there. You guys see the superchargers all the way down there, those red signs. I'm right by the superchargers. But I'm not going there. I'm cheap. I'm at 6% right now. I'm close to home, so I'm just gonna ride around, probably take the long way home, to get as much battery out of the car as possible. I'm guessing I'll probably have like 7 miles, 8 miles before I get down to 2% or so. So let's go for a little ride. Don't know if I should use beta, but we're just gonna ride around, take the long way home. So it's been a long day. Started at 4:40, went home twice, and while I was on both of those times, I preconditioned the car before I got in the car. In total 20 minutes or less, and right now it's 2:11. So when I get really low on battery, I'm going to show you guys how much miles I've driven. I haven't even checked. The last time I checked was when I was like 16%, so I don't know totally how many miles I've driven, but I'm estimating maybe 100 and close to 150. Nothing more than one. I don't think I've gone above 160. So for a car that's EPA rated when it came out for over 400 miles, this is the true number that you're seeing. And oh, this car also has like 50,000 miles of over 50,000 miles I've driven this car on the odometer. So that's one thing as well. When I fully charged the car today, when I left the house, it was at, I think, 367. I'm not too sure if it was at 97 or 98%. I believe it was at 98%, but it says 367. When I've charged it before to 100%, it says 376 when I charge it for at 100%. So, give or take about 10 miles. On days like today, I would say that 10 miles is probably 3-4 miles maybe. So it's not really a big loss on the estimated range at the end of the day. So we're just gonna go all the way around, take the long way home. I'm down to 5% right now, just cruising. Try to get as low as possible. I wanted to charge a supercharger, but look how much they're still charging. 38 cents. It's 2 a.m. They're charging 38 cents. Why are they charging here 15 cents per kilowatt, but all those other places is 38 cents? Why the big gap? So like I said, I'm cheap. I'm charging at home, and it's the weekend. So the weekend, the whole day, it's because I have time of use. The whole day is 7.5 cents for my county, for my electrical bill. 7.5 cents from 9 p.m. till I think 12 p.m. or 9 a.m. I believe. 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. I believe it's like 7.5 cents. But on the weekends and holidays, it stays the same. It's 7.5 cents the whole day. So yeah, that's a big difference to 38 cents per kilowatt. That's a big difference right there. You know, that's like saving. That's 5 times more expensive, right? Yeah, about 5 times more expensive to charge my car. So I'd rather just charge at home. You want to go home, plug it in, let it take. I mean, I'm going to show you guys how many hours it will show at 240 volt outlet, 32 amps. Is it 32 amps? Like 8. I believe I get like 8 kilowatt an hour or something like that. That's right, 7 to 8 around that. But and I've been driving for a few miles, still at 5%, not going down that much. So we're just gonna run around the block. All right, guys. So because of how cold it is, I'm not gonna risk being out too long. I've been driving around for a few miles now, for like 6-7 miles. I've been going up and down, and I'm headed home right now. It's saying I'll be home at 1%, right? It said I'll be home at 1%. So I'm just gonna go home now because it's just cold. That 1% might be half of that, and I could feel that I don't have a lot of power on the accelerator. So I'm not gonna risk being stranded outside in this cold winter climate. Just gonna go home. Plan your next all known charging station will be out of range. Look at that, y'all see that? It says plan your next charge. I will show you guys when I get home. They plan your next charge. So I'm close to home, man. I'm close to home. Don't worry, Tesla. I will not get stranded, hopefully. Sonic sensors in these cars. So all right, so we're home. Try to take this thing off. Oh my god, it's so tight. What does it say? Vehicle consume battery while idle. Okay, that's what it's saying right there. This is what it says. All known charging location will be out of range soon. Cancel. I'm good. So yeah, now I'm about to show you guys the range. Let's turn this off. Eating up juice. Close my garage. But let's see how many miles we've driven. You guys can see we got home at 1%. It's definitely not 0 degrees outside. It is, let me show you guys how cold it is outside right now. Man, it says it's -7, but it feels like, there it is, -7. Feels like -28. Focus. Feels like -28. So here's the unveil. How many miles we've driven? 147 miles. Use 72 kilowatt total energy. Watt per mile, 487. That's a weird number. I thought this battery is a 100 kilowatt battery. I have to figure that out right there. But 147 miles. This is how much watt per mile we've used right there. That is no bueno. 147 miles. That is no bueno. That's not good. Let's plug in. Let's give it some juice. Give it some juice. This thing is thirsty. It is thirsty. There we go. Come on, sit. Nice. All right, we're charging. We're charging, guys. Let me get in and close the door. It's saying it will take 13 hours. It'll probably get down to like 12 hours when I get out of the car and stuff. But we're charging 1%, as you guys can see. And yep, so we drove 147 miles for the day. When I charged it earlier, it says 367. So what's that? How many miles did we lose? 220 miles. 220 miles. Right there. That's what we lost. So let's check the range right here. Let's look at this information. So we consume 46% more than the vehicle was than estimated for the vehicle. 46.8. So pretty much 47% more. So driving 77%, climate 3.7%. Okay, battery conditioning, this should be more. That right there, I don't believe this number, battery conditioning, but yeah, elevation 1.1% and everything else 4.2%. Okay, so increase climate control activity, air drag, tire drag. That's service. This is a tire. The PSI should be 40. So when it gets really cold, it was at 37, but when I start driving, it goes up to 38, 39, and 40. So it's saying tire drag and battery conditioning due to cold weather cost 31.9% since your last charge. Low tire pressure costs 1.0% since your last charge. Aggressive acceleration consume more energy.